Mandayam Sri Guru Shri Yatha Parakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Sya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sagana Lalita Shivishkam Vitam Sya Om Jnana Timarandasya Jnana Jana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilidam yena tasma Shri Gurave Namah Gurva Bhistam Supurkam Gurganara Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samastabeda Nipanam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govindabhidam Ujvalam Bharatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Mande Vishwagurun Cha Divyad Bhagavad Prem Noe Bijapradam Devam Divyatanum Suchandabaranam Balarka Chelanchitam Nanda Puram Sadeka Baranam Vairagya Vidyambudim Sri Siddhantinidim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Bandetam Shivadam Madeka Sharanam Yashishwarat Sridharam Vanshakopatarubyasya Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. So I'm continuing with the reading of Sri Garga Samhita by Garga Muni, and this is the translation of Kushakratha Prabhu. So I'm reading from still from the first canto, which is called Goloka-khanda. And this is chapter 12, description of Sri Nanda's festival. Yesterday we heard of the description of Sri Krishna Chandra's appearance. So this is today, chapter 12, description of Sri Nanda's festival, which is describing the Nandotsav. Sri Narada said, hearing the happy news of his son's birth, Nanda called the Brahmins at dawn and had them perform the auspicious ceremonies. When the traditional birth ceremony was performed, noble-hearted King Nanda happily gave the Brahmins 100,000 cows as dakshin. With bowed head, he gave to the Brahmins many hills of 7 grains having peaks of jewels and gold. Mridangas, Venas, Shankas, Dundubis, and other instruments sounded again and again. Singers sang, and at the entrance there was dancing. Decorated with beautiful and wonderfully colorful flags, awnings, gateways, and golden pots, Sri Nanda's palace appeared glorious. The highways, footpaths, entrances, walls, courtyards, platforms, gazebos, and assembly halls glistened with drops of fragrant water. The cows were decorated with red cloths, and their horns were covered with gold. Their necks glistened with golden necklaces, and they tinkled with many bells and ornaments. Their tails were yellow. Their calves were by their sides. They were decorated with taruni karas. They were anointed with turmeric and kumkum, and they were decorated with designs and pictures drawn with colored minerals, decorated with peacock feathers and sprinkled with scented water. Many bulls bearing the principles of religion shone gloriously at Sri Nanda's door. Opulent with golden necklaces, splendid with strands of pearls, and their hooves decorated with tinkling ornaments, white calves jumped here and there. Hearing of the festival celebrating a son's birth, King Rishabhanu and Kalavati came to Nanda's palace riding on an elephant. The 9 Nandas and Upanandas and the 6 Rishabhanus all came bringing many gifts. Their turbans appearing very opulent with flower garlands, and their hair tied with gunjan peacock feathers. They were decorated with forest garlands and were most handsome with yellow garments, carrying flutes, sticks in hand, and decorated with peacock feathers and tilak. Many cowherd men came, dancing, singing, and shaking their garments. Many bearded men, accompanied by their sons, brought many varieties of gifts, sticks in hand, and bringing many offerings of butter, ghee, milk, and yogurt. Many elder cowherd men came to Nanda's palace, overcome with love and their eyes filled with tears of bliss. They talked about the birth festival of the king of Vraja's son. His eyes filled with tears of bliss, Nanda worshipped everyone with tilak and other gifts during the festival celebrating his son's birth. The cowherd man said, "O king of Vraja, O Nanda, for a childless man who desires a son, what can be more auspicious than this festival celebrating a son's birth? After many days, destiny has shown this day to us, and we gaze at Nanda's son, our lives attain success. When placing him on your lap, you fondle him and say, 'Oh, my charming one, we will be happy.'" Sri Nanda said, "Your pious blessings make me very happy, O cowherd men. I am a servant who is obedient to the orders of the cowherd men of Vraja." Sri Nanda said, hearing about the wonderful birth of King Sri Narada said, hearing about the wonderful birth of King Nanda's son, the gopis immediately abandoned their household duties. Their hearts, minds, and limbs flooded with rising happiness. They rushed with gifts to the palace of Vraja's king. O king, returning from their homes to Nanda's palace, their garments, ornaments, and hair becoming loose as they went, and dropping pearls on the ground, the gopis all appeared splendidly beautiful, decorated with tinkling anklets, armlets, gold siras, ankle bells, necklaces, jeweled earrings, sashes, kanta sutras, bracelets, and bindukas. They shone with the glory of a host of full moons. With gentle strokes, the gopis anointed the child's face with a paste of wheat and barley flours, black mustard, and salt. They all get many blessings. O king, they sang, and they spoke to Yashoda. The gopis said, "O Yashoda, well done, well done. O queen of Vraja, your fortune is very great. Your fortune is very great. Your noble womb, which gave birth to such a son, is very fortunate, very fortunate. After a long time, the Lord fulfilled your desire. O Lord, please protect this lotus-eyed, sweetly smiling, handsome dark boy." Sri Yashoda said, Your kind blessings bring me great happiness. May you always be fortunate. O very intelligent Rohini, please worship the noble people of Vraja who have come here. Please fulfill their desires. Sri Narada said, even though she was a princess, when asked in this way, noble-hearted Rohini gave charity with 2 generous hands. Then fair complexion, splendidly dressed and decorated Rohini worshipped the people of Vraja. When Sri Krishna, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, thus appeared in Vraja, many turyas sounded and a great cry of victory rose up. Then the happy Gopas and Gopis sprinkled each other with fresh butter and loudly sang. When a large elder Gopa fell in a pool of yogurt and mud that was everywhere, inside and outside the homes, the others laughed. Then many intelligent and pure suttas, Puranikas, Magadas, Vamsha Samsakas, and Bandis recited many prayers. To each one, Nanda Maharaj gave 1,000 cows and many garments, ornaments, jewels, horses, and elephants. King Nanda, the wealthy Gopa ruler of Braja, also showered great wealth on the Bandis, Magadas, and everyone else. Wealth, mystic powers, glory, sense gratification, and liberation rolled about on the ground in every home and on every pathway. No one had any desires left to be fulfilled. Then, accompanied by me and by the great sages headed by Sanat Kumar, Kapila, Shukadeva, Vyasa, Hamsa, Datta, and Palastya, the demigod Brahma arrived, wearing a crown and earrings, his complexion the color of gold, and filling the directions with light. Four-faced Brahma, the author of the Vedas, arrived riding on his swan carrier. Accompanied by many ghosts and demons, Lord Shiva also came riding on a bull. The sun god came riding on a chariot, and Indra came riding on an elephant. Vayu came riding on a Kanjana bird. Yamaraj came riding on a buffalo. Kuvera came riding on a flower chariot, and the moon god came riding on a deer. Agni came riding on a ram. Varuna came riding on a shark. Kartikeya came riding on a peacock, and Saraswati came riding on a swan. Lakshmi came riding on Garuda, and Durga came riding on a lion. Manifesting the form of a cow, the earth goddess, came riding in an airplane. The 16 mantrikas came riding on a swing, and goddess Shashti, holding a sword and club, came riding on a palanquin. The ruler of the planet Mars came riding on a gorilla. The ruler of the planet Mercury came riding on a rooster. The ruler of the planet Jupiter came riding on a black stag. The ruler of the planet Venus came riding on an ox. The ruler of the planet Saturn came riding on a shark. The ruler of the planet Rahu came riding on a camel. Splendid as millions of suns, they came to Nanda's palace. Finally arriving at Nanda's palace, which was filled with many gopas and gopis, making great tumult, the demigods paused for a moment and then entered. After offering obeisances to him and gazing at him, the demigods offered many eloquent prayers to Sri Krishna, who, although manifesting the form of a child, was the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. After gazing at Lord Krishna, Brahman, the demigods, and sages, now very happy and overwhelmed with feelings of love, returned to their own abodes.